Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. And today's a little different. As you know, we're not in the studio. We're actually at my house. Every once in a while, we'll do little videos like this for little important things. And today's super important because as we all have been expecting, interest rates have gone up. So we're going to talk about that today, but first and foremost, make sure to follow, sub, hit the subscription, as well as comment any questions you want us to go ahead and follow up with you later in a future video. But every Monday we will have a video for you guys, and every once in a while we'll get videos like this for like news and other little things that just pop into my head that I want to talk about. So yes, actually I'm going to go ahead and bring it up right here. We're actually going to be in the Fannie Mae website right here, and Freddie Mac. And you're going to see right here, interest rates are already hitting 8%. And I want to talk about this today because it's not really a big of a difference because we're already like at 7%, which is still high too. And the reason I want to talk about this is because a lot of people are in the position of not being able to afford the homes that they would have been able to afford 2 or 3 years ago. And we can really get into a whole deep dive on which is better: high prices, low interest rate, low prices, high interest rate type of thing. But I don't want to get into that. What I want to get into is, in this market, is there still a way to buy a home and be happy about it? What I want to share with you today is that me and my wife are both realtors here in San Antonio, Texas, and we are still closing houses. But how are we closing houses? Honestly, we haven't really closed any outside lenders as much as we try to. The thing about it is, right now the biggest trend, I would say, is new home purchases, new constructions, whether it be like Lennar, D.R. Horton, Perry Homes, things like that. And the reason being is because right now, as big as these companies are, outside lenders cannot beat their rates, unfortunately. And unless the inside lender is not able to, work with you for whatever reason, outside lenders do have a little bit more flexibility on some parts, on like the underwriting part that I've noticed. Like, I think we done one outside lending, and it was just because it was a huge mess. We had to go with the outside lender because the inside lender couldn't do it. It was all last minute, but they were able to get it done. Shout out to Red Mortgage, of course. But for the majority of what's going on right now, it's super difficult for realtors, as job-wise, getting people to buy, because of course we want to make sure it's the right thing for you. But on top of that, for loan officers, it's super hard to get people as an outside lender to get them to buy, because you most likely are going to have to use these higher rates. Now, for example, what I'm talking about, let me switch over to another page. Here is Lennar Homes. If you're here in San Antonio, they're pretty much country-wide. But here in San Antonio, Texas, they are like the biggest builder here in San Antonio. You'll see their communities popping up everywhere. And what I want to talk about is their incentives, pretty much what they're doing to close deals. And I'm telling you, they're closing deals. Like, I have a few friends that are reps for Lennar Mortgage, and they're closing anywhere from 10 to 30 houses a month individually. And it's insane on how much volume that they're doing because of these interest rates. So for example, it says autumn savings. And it says the first thing right off the back is an FHA loan, which is what most people get for their first, loan. Also, you can get this multiple times as long as you don't have one in existing. But for right now, they're doing a 4.25 interest rate. On top of that, they are also, if you're using their inside lender, they'll give you $10,000 to closing costs and up to $25,000 off the sales price. And these promotions are here and go. Like, there's dates on here that says whenever it's going to finish, but it is always a promotion with them. And a lot of builders, like, these are for sure like the lowest I've seen. I think I've seen 3.99 on a 2-1 buy down, which means your first year is a 3.99, the second year is a 4.99, and then the caps like at a 5.99 for the last year, which is still really good considering rates are at 8% right now. Now, the reason they're able to do this for a multitude of reasons is, one, you're buying their house. They're already making money on you from buying their house that they have built for pennies on the dollar. And the second thing is that you have to use their inside lenders to get these promotions. So there's a lot of things that they can do, but they're doing a 30-year mortgage. don't quote me on this, but I feel Lennar sells their loans to another company, in private investors or whatever, but they make their little fee on top of that. So they're making money. So it's not a big thing for them to lower the interest rates. I'm not getting into the finances on how they're able to do this and whatnot. I'm not a professional in that way. If you want more information on how that works, I can hook you up with the Lennar loan officer if you want to talk details on that. But for the most part, they wouldn't be doing this unless they were making money. Now, a few things to get this rate, like I said, you have to use the Insight lender, and you have to do an FHA loan without down payment assistance, which means you have to do a 3.5% down. Now, Lennar, for the most part, from what I've seen, is actually the most cost-efficient home. In other words, they're not as expensive as, you know, a Perry home or a DR Horton home. Now, they're not going to have all the bells and whistles. They're still really nice homes. And again, whenever you're buying a pre-existing home or a new home, always get an outside inspector. We've done this many times. I've closed some Lennar homes. We've done a outside inspector who has found things, and we had told Lennar so they could fix it before closing. But on top of that, they do all new build construction homes will have some sort of warranty. For the most part, it's probably going to be a 1 to 2 year door-to-door warranty, a 10 to 15 year roof or foundation warranty. That's something that people love with the new build homes. It's the warranties that you don't have to worry about. So this is another way to buy in this market. The reason being is because a lot of people are waiting, and it's understandable why they're waiting, because who wants to get 8% on a loan? That's double, quadruple what you could have bought 2-3 years ago. Now, this is the decision that you have to come to when you're looking to buy a home. Should I buy it now or should I wait for rates to come down? And this is just from patterns of what we've seen, especially back in 2020 and 21. We saw low interest rates and we saw people overpaying for houses like crazy. You have people stuck in houses right now. It's because they're upside down in these houses because the price of the houses came down overall in value and they paid too much for them. So there's no way to refinance, which they wouldn't want to refinance because they have a super low rate, but there's no way to sell because nobody's going to pay that purchase price that they paid. I kid you not, we had one client, we were able to find them a home, but before we found them a home, my wife was taking them out and about, and we put in, I kid you not, like 20 offers. There was a couple that was moving from, I believe, Seattle. They had sold their house in Seattle for like $700,000 cash. They had owned it. And so the rest of the money, they were coming to San Antonio. They were trying to buy a house cash. They were putting $30,000 to $50,000 over asking, and still people were not buying, not taking their offer because other people had better offers, which was ridiculous. Lucky enough, my wife was able to find an off-market property that we got under asking somehow. No contingencies, like we were able to get full inspections and everything. Great deal. She's really awesome. If you want her information, it's going to be down in the bio. If you want her, she speaks Spanish. I don't. So she can help you. But that being said, that is kind of what a lot of realtors say might happen again. If you wait and let's say interest rate starts coming down. Well, while interest rates come down, more people that were waiting for the interest rates to come down are going to want to start buying. And as people are buying, of course, you know, to get that house, if multiple offers are in, the homeowner being a smart homeowner is of course going to want the best deal for them. So it's whoever is offering the most money. And whenever that happens, overall in the market, prices will go up as well. Even if we have a good, like here in San Antonio, we have a great volume for houses. Like we have, I think it's 4.5 months of houses available. Like even if that's the case, you know, I can't see the future. I'm not saying this is for sure, but this is just what we're thinking is going to happen. In 2020, you know, people were just overpaying for houses, and that could happen again. Again, not trying to scare you. Actually, what I'm trying to say is if you wait, great. If you don't, great. But this is an option for you to buy now, because what you're doing right now is you're buying for what the house is selling for now without any competition. Because like I said, we have 4 months of inventory, which is really great. So the houses are actually, as you can see right here, they're taking $25,000 off the house. When were we doing that in 2020, 2021? Nobody was taking money off the house. You couldn't get seller concessions. You couldn't get people buying down rates. That wasn't a thing, but that's something that's happening now. And that's something to tell you that, hey, this is a time for a buyer to take advantage and get a good deal on a home. And some people will say still that houses are overpriced, but that's not the case. What's happening is the market of the house is what it is. And from here, what's going to happen? Do you feel the housing prices will come down, or do you feel like they will go up? Well, what's the incentives for them going down? Nothing really. Nothing really. For them to go up is lower rates whenever they come out. But if we're at 8% and you're waiting for a 4% rate, you're getting it now. You don't have to wait. This is not a 2-1 buy down with Lennar. They're off the bat giving you a 4.25. Now, if you're someone that needs down payment assistance, that's something different. You are going to have to go ahead and get the regular market rate because you can't buy down payment assistance. That's something people don't understand when they come to me. They're like, I've told them before, like, hey, we got no money down, good interest rates. But the thing is, you cannot buy down payment assistance. So that's something you got to keep in mind. You're going to have to save if you want these rates. If you want down payment assistance, you're going to have to probably get, I think it's like 7 at the time. Right now, it could, I think maybe 8.1 or something. It depends on the lender too. Always depends. Every lender is different, guys. So that being said, Lennar is an option. Other builders are options. There's many builders. The thing that people don't know is that as a buyer's agent, you guys don't pay me anything. It's the companies like Lennar, when I take you to them and help you find these promotions and these houses and do all these things, they pay me my commission. So you guys can reach out to me and not have to worry about me charging you anything to help you find the best deal for you. My job is to find you the best deal, and whatever the company decides that they're paying, they pay. So it doesn't go into your loan. It's part of the closing costs that the company pays for. So you're not paying me. Okay. So that being said, we can always see what you qualify for depending on what kind of monthly payments you want, what you can qualify for income wise. Because the other thing too is, like, a lot of people say you shouldn't go backwards and work from a down payment up. I get that. Because you don't want to overpay for the house too. Like, it's kind of like a car dealership. When you go, you never say, well, I want my payments to be about this much, because they can fix the background and make the payments low, but then you have an 84-month loan. It's a little different with houses. You're going to get a 30-year fixed loan. They can't make it a 37, a 42-year. It's a 30-year fixed loan. They already have told us what the price is. A lot of times what they can do is they can take that $25,000 and take it off the house. Sometimes, not Lennar, but other companies, that they only have a certain amount of money. And let's say they have $10,000. So you can either use it for closing costs. You can use it to buy down the rate. You can use it, actually mainly those two. So there's different ways they can move the money around. They can buy down the house price. Like, it's just depending on what gets the deal done type of thing. So again, that's more of a loan officer area of expertise. I'm not going to be an expert at that. I know the gist of it, but I'm not running the numbers for you guys. My job is to make sure you guys have all the information that I can give you. Make sure you guys know where you want to go, for me to find the deals for you and negotiate those type of things. And then, of course, we can go on tours and everything. And once we find something that you feel comfortable with after you asked all your questions, then we put in an application with the loan officer for them to be able to let us know what we can and cannot do. And a lot of times, I think a lot of people are like, well, my credit's not good. I don't got a down payment. And that's fine. We have a program with a person that's able to do free credit repair and free financial coaching one-on-one with you guys. So if you want to sign up for that, there's a link in the description for that too. So that being said, there's many different things we can do. You don't have to wait last minute to be like, oh, I don't know if I want to get a house today or tomorrow. It's all about planning, because like, again, I had a lady who wanted to rent, ended up finding out she had a VA loan that she didn't know how to use. We taught her what she can and cannot do, met with a loan officer. She ended up getting a house, and she was also 100% disabled from her service. And so that if you're 100% disabled, it also takes away your taxes. You don't have to pay taxes on your property. And then using a VA loan, you don't have to do a down payment either. So, and then a lot of times with VA loans, you get really good rates. So that being said, the majority of this video is don't be scared of the market. Be understanding of the market. I think that's the biggest thing that we don't understand or don't recognize, is that every day the news is always be scared, be fearful, panic, figure out what you're going to do. And it's a lot. And I think that's a big reason why people are just so hesitant or worried, and they can't trust nobody, because we're surrounded by naysayers and negativity and fear mongering and all this bad stuff. But how about we just be calm and make good decisions and surround ourselves with people in the industry that have our best interests at heart? And a lot of you will say, well, he's a realtor, he wants you to buy a house so that way he makes money. Yes, of course, it's my job, and I'm transparent about that. That's how I feed my family. But at the same time too, I have talked people out of buying a house because it's not the best thing for them. Payments are either too high, they're emptying out their whole bank account for their down payment type of thing. It's, at the end of the day, it's your choice. My job is to guide you and give you the information in front of me for you to make a decision. And at the end of the day, it's what you want to do. Nobody can force you to buy a house or sell a house or do whatever you want to do. It's up to you. And don't ever make a realtor or a loan officer or somebody force you into doing something you're not ready to do. So I just talked to somebody, Ricky, a client of mine. I talked to him recently. He's like, you know what? I don't want to buy right now. I want to wait. Fine. Whenever you're ready, I'm always here to help you. If you have any questions in between time, let me know. And that's kind of how we work, because at the end of the day, we would hate for you to regret your decision and then have a bad taste in your mouth about us. And so we would rather you be super excited, super happy, so that way, again, in this industry, referrals are a thing where you send me your friends and family, and I can help them too the best I can. So that being said, guys, I wish you guys all the best. Like I said, it costs you nothing to have me help you guys. So if you're interested in Lennar or any other builder, or if you want to go pre-owned, we can always do pre-owned. Or if you want to buy land, you want to do a construction build, mobile home, we do everything, guys. So the best thing to do is contact us, and we'll love to help you the best way we can. And other than that, God bless you. Have a great night, and we'll talk to you soon. Later, guys.